It is day one of, everybody say thank you to Marie for doing my makeup. She did an amazing job. But anyway, listen, it's day one of Diddy's trial, or Diddy's sentencing, okay? Why do I say day one? Because they are saying that, okay? Thank you, Makeup by Marie did my makeup. So listen, it's day one of Diddy's trial. What does that mean? The sentencing. Why do we say day one? Because it is expected, and we don't know for sure because it's up to the judge, but it's expected this might turn into a 2-day thing. Why a lot of media are bracing for this to turn into a 2-day thing. Why would it turn in 2 days? Because here's what's going to happen. The judge is going to go through the whole case. Every single detail, every single issue. Basically, he's making the case and laying the groundwork for why Diddy may or may not be seeing sunlight for the next 10 years. Side note, did you guys see the video that Diddy released? Diddy released something, I think like at 1 in the morning or 2 in the morning. It was the 11-minute video that he wants the judge to see. I saw that video. That video was a montage of Diddy helping the kids, Diddy helping the community, Diddy doing so much. It was a whole montage. The funny thing about this montage is he didn't say anything. The footage from when he was like 19, 20 years old. The last time he did something good, the twins was this high on him. It was a mess. Did y'all see the video? The video was a mess. It just had old stuff, and it showed that he loved his family and that his family loved him. But I'm confused because even when there are rapists, where there are PDF files, when there are murderers, there are a bunch of people sitting there saying, no, we love them. They're the best person in the world. We love them. Please God. Like, do you not think even the devil got his hitters sitting there testifying, arguing with God arguing with God? Why you gotta do that? He was just doing this. All he wanted to do was play some music in heaven. Why did you kick him out? On top of that, what he showed was the charter school and said that he made so much stuff. A billionaire was running and the kids were like, what are you doing here? And he was like, yo, I'm running so you can get some free books from school, right? On top of that, what else did he say? He talked about the charter school. He didn't talk. It was nothing but music. And him doing a montage from when he was 20 years old. Talking about some, yeah, you got to do the best. You got to be the best. You got to inspire. And it was all these people hugging him and crying and acting like whatever. But in my mind, I'm like, this is having the opposite effect on me. Because if you influence that many people, if you had that much influence on people, on children, on kids, if you had that much influence, then I think you need to be in jail, because they need to know that if you put your hands on a woman, if you engage in prostituting, rugs, and if you do it, it's not even the fact of what he did, it's how he did it. You need to know that if you do that, right, you will be kept in jail. There has to be some accountability. I know people think, for whatever reason, that putting their hands on a woman, forcing somebody to have drugs, keeping somebody coked and doing all this stuff. I know like in the 80s, in the 90s, when Diddy was in his heyday, that might have been acceptable, but times have changed. Just like it used to be funny to roofie girls, and now it literally is a criminal offense. So, right? What do we know? Hold on. So, what do we know? We know that Judge Aaron has to go through the whole case. He is going to go in and out of the case, but in going through the case, he's going to explain why he did what with sentencing. So he's going to go through the whole case. If he's done going through the whole case before lunchtime, then it's expected that we'll wrap up today and he'll be sentenced today. If he goes on past lunchtime, it's expected that this will roll into Monday. Why? Diddy got a billion lawyers, right? We got Xavier Donaldson, Nicole Westmoreland, Brian Still, Shapiro, Driscoll, and of course, Mark Agnifilio, right? They all, I think they want to not all speak, but four of the lawyers who I'm guessing will be Xavier, Agnifilio, Westmoreland, and what's the other one? Oh, Brian Still, right? Hey, Area 35, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you. You guys make sure you say hi, and thank you to Area 35 for doing it. They're expected to speak. Why aren't Shapiro and Driscoll going to speak? Because Shapiro and Driscoll are the lawyers that are going to be handling his appeal. Diddy is going to have to appeal, even though bad luck for people that think that Diddy's going to get that appeal. When on the constitutional issue on whether he engaged in prostituting, Judge Aaron, first of all, denied the motion for new trial and denied the motion for acquittal. But the motion for new trial, which was the biggest, I think, chance he had of actually getting free, the motion for new trial, the reason why that was so bad for Diddy is Judge Aaron made an airtight case. He used Diddy's words. He used his lawyer's words. He used the Cassie's testimony, Jane's testimony. He used so much. He shored it up. He said, first of all, you pretty much admitted. Second of all, just because you film something doesn't make it art. Third of all, this is the legal definition of prostituting. Okay, so Diddy was pretty much done for after that. Hold on, let me tie my dress. I had a really cute outfit to wear today, for those of you guys that care why we take this interlude. But this New York weather, I don't understand it. I thought it was going to be so warm. I had a cute little outfit, and I went out last night and it was 46 degrees. I said, oh no, let's bring the, not even the long sleeves, let's bring the bat wings out. This is my outfit in case anybody cares. Okay, you guys don't care. Okay, fine, I'll get back to work. Okay, ready? God. Okay, fine, I'll stick to it and get back to work. In any case, so when it comes to it, the judge left no room for an appeal. And let me tell you something, appeal is a very, very, very high burden to me. And here's the thing with appeal, it's not about whether there's evidence. You can't just show evidence wasn't presented in court. You must show two things. One, there was either a procedural error, an error of law, procedural error that the judge made or the court made, and we all know that's not what happened, right? Because Judge Aaron said, not on my watch, right? Oh, Terry Berkeley, thank you for joining the Title Talks family. There must be a procedural error, or there must be new evidence. But hold on, then you have to show a second burden, that not only was the new evidence there or something that could have gotten you off, but you have to prove that beyond a reasonable doubt, right? Beyond a reasonable doubt. You have to prove that beyond a reasonable doubt that what happened? Beyond a reasonable doubt that it would have made sure and the jury would have said, you know what, they can go free. That's a high measure to make. Not only is it something that they did wrong, or something that you didn't see, but it would have allowed you to go free. The jury would have found you not guilty had they heard that evidence. That is a very, very high bar to reach. Most people don't. Judge Aaron showed that even Diddy's argument, it was an argument for law school. Yeah, on the books in the class of law school, you can argue back and forth. Well, is it prostituting? I don't know, they said. But in real life, when you actually apply the law, it is 100% prostituting. So Diddy's new trial, acquittal, but he's going to try. He's going to try. Now, here's the real gag. I'm wondering what's going on with Diddy's cash right now. Because, hear me out. I know Diddy owns those two houses. One's worth 50 million, one's worth, I don't know, 29 million, or maybe it's 40 million. I don't know. But outside of that, what cash flow does Diddy have to keep these lawyers above debt? These lawyers are costing him a fortune. And don't get me wrong, they were very good at what they did. I would argue it was morally bankrupt, but I guess defense attorneys, right? It's a constitutional right. The whole point of the matter is Diddy might be short on cash, or his cash might be drying up. Now, he does have his houses that he can take mortgages on and he can borrow against. But depending on the way the sentencing goes, he hasn't even gotten hit with all the civil trials that are waiting for him. Even to the fact that he was convicted of the Mann Act, if a prostitute chooses to come back and say because of the Mann Act conviction, it makes it much easier for victims to come forward, especially if they say they are prostitutes, to come forward, and it makes it much harder for victims or prostitutes. There's kids going by. Let me stop saying prostitute. I don't want to burn their young ears. Just wait for the babies to go by. They shouldn't know what it is, but I don't want to be the first one to even put that word in their head. Mama, what prostitute? Okay, so anyway. Listen, so also Latrice Strong, thank you for the super chat. I'm gonna answer questions in a second. Let me just get through this. There's so much to say. Okay, so anyway, okay, so in any case, right, we get back to the Diddy thing. Oh, 997 said Good morning. Oh, thank you. Let's hope 20 years in total. Love Belgium. Here's what I think. I honestly do think that Diddy is going to end up getting years. Now, I know what y'all saying, Tisa, you thought he was going to be guilty of RICO. I think RICO was proven. I think the jury got it wrong. And looking back, I think even myself as a part of new media and even social media, I think we bear a part. So I was talking to a lawyer and they said that one of the things, the reasons why the jury might have let him go is because people don't like sending people away for the rest of their life. They just don't. And by all of us, and again, I bear the brunt. I stand on business for what I did. It was like, yo, Diddy going to jail for life? Diddy going to jail for life? They're saying that the jury could have heard that, or people around, and they didn't want to convict on RICO or anything else because they were thinking that man don't deserve to go to jail for life. That's what they were thinking. Now, who knows? It could have just been they just didn't care about women, because I think that's true too. But at the end of the day, anyway, so Diddy's appeal and new trial hopes, here's the thing in the court of law, you can request whatever you want. You can request whatever you want. They will entertain his appeal and they'll entertain his new trial. The thing is, I am not sure how successful it's going to be because Judge Aaron destroyed Diddy's team and read Diddy's team down. So when you look at that, it's like, what else is there to actually say? Okay, so where are we at? Why is it going to go 2 days? The prosecution wants to speak. The witnesses want to speak. The victims want to speak. And I believe Diddy's going to maybe have character witnesses speak. Diddy posted an unhinged 11-minute video. And remember, I was mocking him yesterday saying, what are you possibly going to say? He did an unhinged video where he did a montage of his family kissing him, loving him. And to me, again, murderers, rapists, PDF files got people in court defending them all the MFing time. To me, the people you love, loving you, that doesn't mean anything. It does, but it doesn't. Not when it's supposed to show I couldn't have did this. Not when it shows like I couldn't have did this because I'm such a good person, because look how my kids love me. Look what the thing, it's like, okay, fine, whatever, right? Anyway, the defense, and why do I think the defense is going to literally wear this out? I think the defense is going to wear this out because I think the defense, they're charging Diddy buku money, and Diddy knows that he is going broke. So Diddy knows that he's going to have to do what he's going to have to do when he's going to have to do it to get things out. Another thing that is going on, right? Diddy revealed in the video, it was weird. If you guys haven't seen the video, I don't know if it's copyrighted or not, because you know Diddy's team is probably waiting to strike my channel. But the thing is that happened with the video, a couple of interesting things, I'll let you know. One, he showed himself in the room while his mother Janice was getting brain surgery. That was very, very sad indeed that Janice Combs was going to have like brain surgery, and her head was shaved and she looked so frail and so old. I swear when I see Janice Combs, my heart does break. She looks like my grandmother, size and everything. He was like, it literally looked, she looked like my grandmother. She looked like and it broke my heart. But then the second part, I'm like, this is weird. Because why are you in such an emotional moment with your mom while she's sitting in the hospital bed looking so frail, barely can like literally look like she's on her last leg, and you're literally filming yourself being a good son and laying in bed? It's very odd. But then he also showed footage of him crying at Kim Porter's, the thing about Kim Porter's death. And he showed footage of him teary-eyed, crying into his eyes. I said, I bet you it's guilt. Now, we don't know if Diddy had anything to do with Kim Porter's passing, but I can't imagine Diddy treated Kim Porter any better than he actually treated, hey, how you doing? Any better than he actually treated Kat. I mean, I just don't imagine. I feel like when somebody has that, it really doesn't matter. It's all the same thing.